and they're using that energy to turn the ball over or just make things a little bit rushed and finding opportunities either in transition or just getting more shots on goal.
Another late clock here for San Antonio. Mari Moore scoop to the hoop, draws the first free throw, drops.
Energy that they have into a positive result is that they're just on the boards. They've beaten the Spurs so far 15-3 in half court. Ball's going up, they're going to the glass.
And that's wild. They only have 2 more offensive rebounds and they have 12 more second chance points. That's a crazy stat there.
They're crashing the glass, getting those second chances to put the ball in.
6-point lead here for San Antonio. R.J. Davis played 175 games at North Carolina. Not sure you're going to hear a larger number than that anywhere as far as collegiate games played.
Here's the matchup again. This time Bronny on offense. If he had his hand in there, but it looks like, again, Bronny going a little too fast as he headed to the basket.
Looking inside for Mensah. Good catch and finish.
Ooh, that could have been a turnover.
Yes.
But Mensah being able to snatch that out of the air and finish on the opposite side.
Largest lead of the game for the Spurs. Swider contested, drilled it.
Corner, it's good business.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Gary St. Jean, broadcast partner earlier this week, is Jones Garcia, or Mari Moore with the basket, I should say, actually. I always say, can't help off the strong side corner.
No. Don't want to help on the strong side at all. I see it a lot in the NBA, and it's mostly because the athleticism is there, and so people can recover fast, but I, as a principal, don't love it.
Bronny James wide open. Sailed that one.
There's been elements of their game, even though they have very different frames.
Yes.
But there's been elements of their games that are very similar.
It's too mixed up. But Omari Moore has been attacking the basket.
Correct.
Like the Jazz last season. Had 2 50-point games in the G last year. Foul.
Made a lasting impact in terms of just scouts knowing about him and teams knowing about him. He's one of the first players to not go to the league through high school, having gone through the G League first and then coming back into the league through an internship with New Balance, I believe.
Yes.
There's a lot to be said about how different GMs look at that as another pain Spurs. But that sometimes can tarnish how much did you learn in those situations as opposed to going through college, a system, and getting those principles and those fundamentals. Whew. Well, that's
Darius Baisley, what a move.
Saying that, I mean, the fundamentals. Again, I do think that might be something that hovers over his story, and I'm hoping his play in this Classic and in Summer League can help turn that around.
And he went on a podcast with Theo Pinson. I was mentioning this on Sunday's broadcast. He said if he could do it all over again, he would have gone to college. But an agent got into his ear, and he was like 17. Not young. Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
R.J. Davis. 7-point lead for the Spurs.
Spurs experiencing a little bit of stagnancy here in their offense. And Jones Garcia can clean that up.
Swider the block. Showing off some defensive chops there. Davis a deep one. And the rebound to Baisley. Serge Jabari Rice too short. Jones Garcia trying to, in exchange for Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley, and a 2026 second rounder. Again, ESPN with that news.
Interesting. Spurs racking up on more vets. Fox being in the mix, Chris Paul going out the door. Luke Cornett comes in, Kelly Olynyk comes in. You got a little bit more veteran presence in your locker room with all those young guys. I'm not mad at it. And I also do really like Malachi Branham. I thought he played some solid minutes as Osifo elevates with power. Again in transition, that he is consistently running. Love his game from that perspective. But yeah, Spurs, again, another team with an embarrassment of riches. Just so many athletes. And now adding to their arsenal.
Nice finish by Harrison Ingram. Like the Spurs have to like their chances about getting back to the playoffs. And, you know, it's been
and truly get into the system of the Spurs. I'm excited for what's going to happen. And of course, yes, I think a lot of us gasped when we saw him hit the ground, but he was having fun.
Hey, maybe a second career with Paris Saint-Germain.
He is very like talented in that way. I've seen him play before games and just a little bit of foot hockey, just, you know, enjoys it.
Bounced off to Dexter Dennis. Late clock. Chibuzo Abo from downtown, no good.
Here's Baisley off the rim, court to court, baseline, and
just he pops when he's out on the court.
Just needs the right opportunity.
Now you got to make the free throw when we talk good about you, Darius.
Ah, no, ruining it for us.
A 9-point lead here for the Spurs. Abo swishing that one.
Come off the bench, hit a three. Always can help your stock.
Texas Tech to Boise State to USC for his 5 years of college. He's a native of San Diego. Nathan Taylor. Here's Rice. Gets stripped. Mangus. High off the glass.
Oh my gosh, Mangus. But he had to make up for what happened with Baisley. So he gets his own steal and he goes coast to coast.
Mangus with 4 points off the bench. DJ Stewart can't quite get that one. Spurs looking to extend the lead some more. Abo, step back. Sifo, a non-stop motor going to work. Baisley powering through. Cisco.
Yes, he's doing just about everything for the Lakers, especially in this, affecting the game in so many different ways, even 2 assists, even though those, yes, from the first half, just again, showcasing all of the ways that he can impact and change this game. But yes, as you mentioned, scouts are here. They want to win this game. They want to play winning basketball. It's about to turn up another notch, so I'm excited for that.
Swider turning the corner, gets downhill, trying to lob it to Baisley. The Spurs all over it. Dennis to Mangus. The shot fake, the head fake. Good ball movement to Dennis.